In this example, we want the pavers to look like they're going down the driveway here, but we also want to line up the pavers at the sidewalk so that the grouts are going along with the sidewalk and the garage. So again, we have paving selected. I'll grab this handle here like you normally would and line it up with this edge of the driveway, and then we'll grab this one and line it up with this edge. And you see what happens is as I move this one moved out of place, and vice versa. When this happens, all you need to do is click on free to free up all the handles, and then you could drag them exactly where you want them. Now of course you could have started with free, but it's just a little bit faster to do it this way. Use paving, then switch over to free, and then set your scale. In this example, I'm going to show you how to rotate a texture at a 45-degree angle. So right now we have these pavers going off normally like a basket we padded wood, but we want it going off at a 45-degree angle. So what you do is first click on free to free up the handles. We're going to take this one here on the left and put it in the center. And then we'll take this one at the bottom left and bring it up about at the middle on the left. We'll take this one and put it on the right, and we'll take this one and we'll center it with the one above it. And as you can see, they all look like they're going off at a 45-degree angle. So then what you would do is just need to tweak this one to get the right perspective that you want by bringing it up or down. That looks pretty good to me, so we're done. In this example, I want the pavers to follow the contour of the pool. So I know right off the bat I'm going to have to click on free to free up the handles. So let's grab this one and line it up with the edge of the pool here. We'll bring this one over here. If I could see this one, I would grab it and bring it over here, and we bring this one down so it's going with the edge of the pool here. And as you can see, in a matter of a couple seconds, we've got it pretty well set. The only thing, you may want to tweak this one a little bit and then scale it down. And as you can see, the pavers are following the contour of the pool. You don't really see them too well going over on that edge because they are far away. Now we're going to cover setting up perspective for walls. Now I have the stone on a pre-existing wall that I've just traced over, and you'll notice there's a big gap here, but the perspective will jump across the gap because they are the same defined area, and that'll be obviously here in a second. So I have it set for paving, so I grab these handles here and I'm going to try and line them up with the bottom of the wall here and the top of the wall. But you'll notice that every time I move one, the other one moves with it. So I'm not getting the effect I want. That's again because I have paving set. So when you're doing walls, that's why you want to click on walls that joins the left and the right handles together. So if I bring this handle up here, you'll see I now have the perspective set for the bottom of the wall. Then all I have to do is bring this handle down to the top of the wall and the perspective is set. And you'll notice the perspective and scale also changed on this piece of wall over here. Let's scale it down so you can see it dramatically. So that's why you have the option for walls, and tying those two handles together makes it much faster to set your perspective. Of course you can do it with free, it's just faster and easier with walls. In this example, we want to set the perspective of this wall. Now the bottom is going to be a piece of cake because we have the bottom of the wall, but the top of the wall up here actually goes off the screen. So we're going to click on walls, we'll take the bottom handle and drag the 2 points so they're lined up with the bottom, and as you can see the perspective looks good at the bottom. Now on the top you have two choices. You can bring the perspective handle off the screen. See how the line goes up in this direction here, so I could just click and drag this up till it's off the screen and the perspective is set. Or what you could do is project out in your mind a parallel line to the top of the wall. So I'm going to bring this down about to here, and as you can see that line is not quite lined up, and as you can see that white line there lines up with the top of the wall, so the perspective is set. Then you would set the scale. So there's two ways to get around that. So now let's do one more wall set. Now you see that we have the wall drawn in here. It's not a real wall obviously, so we want to set the perspective. Again, all you have to do is make sure you set it to walls, grab this perspective handle, line it up on the bottom, Then take the one on the top and line it up with the top of the retaining wall. And as you can see, in a matter of seconds, you have the perspective going the way you want. Now let's do the side of the wall here, because many times the wall is turning at a 90-degree angle going back into the hill. So we're going to select on it. Walls is already set, so I'm just going to adjust this perspective to make it look like it's going back into the hill itself here. And we'll line it up with the cap that we've already drawn here. Then we need to scale this wall so that it matches the wall in the front. So we're going to scale it up a little bit. That seems to be close enough, so I'm going to click OK to exit this menu. Now I'm going to show you a little trick to make this look a little more 3D. We're going to select on this wall, this section of the wall, and I'm going to duplicate it by going up here to duplicate, and I'll put it up here in the sky. Then I'm going to right click to cancel duplication and click on shadow. So what I've done is I've created a shadow of that exact shape that I have there. Instead of drawing it in, it's just faster to do it this way. I want to make the shadow a little bit darker. I right click, I'm going to change this to say 40, click OK, and now I have the shadow there. I'm going to bring the steps in front of it, so we'll bring to front. And as you can see, now it gives it the illusion that this wall is turning in here, and it's in the shade because we put a shadow there. Let's finish this wall up here while we're here. Again, click on walls, take those perspective handles and just line them up with the top and the bottom of the wall. Walls are actually way easier than papers, as you can see.